So hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to this section. So in this session, I'm going to talk about advancement in logical replication inside the PostgreSQL 16 and 17. So before start the agenda of this session, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nishchay Kothari, and I'm working as a technical consultant in Fujitsu Singapore, and I'm the part of the Fujitsu Enterprise Postgres Global Center of Excellence team. So this is the agenda of this session, and next around 17 to 18 minutes, I'm going to talk about all of these points. So introduction, so I'm sure that who have already are working with the PostgreSQLs are fully aware about that what is a logical replication, but I would like to quickly cover the introduction for the newcomers. So logical replication is introduced in PostgreSQL 10, and it is a replication technology to replicate the data changes from one server to the other server by using the concept of the publisher and subscriber. And it is going to be, the data is going to be replicated from publisher to subscriber by using the concept of the replica identity. Generally, it's a primary key for the table, but sometimes according to the business requirement, we are not going to create the public primary key for those tables. Then we can set the replication identity full for that particular table. So we will be the part of the replication as well. Logical replication will be able to create within the two different versions of the PostgreSQL as well. But make sure that the PostgreSQL version must be greater than equal to 10. Otherwise, it will not possible to configure because it is introduced in PostgreSQL 10 onwards. One publisher server can also replicate to the multiple subscribers, and all the subscribers can have a capability to accept the write operation if you require to design your application in such a way. And data is going to be replicated from publisher to subscriber by using the concept of the logical replication slots, and additional replication slot is also going to be created while performing the initial table data synchronization from publisher to subscriber. And once synchronization is completed successfully, then all the additionally created replication slots is going to be deleted automatically. But I must say that entire logical application is not a resource intensive if we are comparing with the traditional trigger-based replication called Slowney. So PostgreSQL 16 introduced last year, and it is, I would say, it is perfectly stable and perfectly usable for our production environment as well. So next couple of slides, I would like to quickly cover the newly enhancements, logical application related enhancements introduced in PostgreSQL 16. So I would like to start with the PostgreSQL 9.5. So inside the PostgreSQL 9.5, the replication origin, the concept is introduced for the logical decoding framework, and that allows the application to mark and identify the certain aspect of the logical decoding sessions as well. So now let's say if we are talking about the logical replication, so let's say the architecture, like say for example, you have a logical replication architecture where server A is your publisher and server B is your standby subscriber server. Then in that case, if we are going to insert any number of rows from server A is going to be replicated to server B. That's the normal ideal architecture. But now let's say you have an additional requirement. You would like to create some sort of bi-directional replication where you are going to create a replication from server B to server A as well for the same table, which you already have a logical replication from A to B. Now, in this case, if we are going to add one row from server A goes to the server B, and the same row is trying to replicate from server B to server A. So it is going to be an infinite replication loop among all the replication nodes. So now how to handle this? So to handle this kind of scenario, community come up with the new subscription parameter called origin. With the help of origin, it will handle the replication cycles among all the replication nodes, and as well as also instruct the publisher to send only those data changes to the subscriber which are originated by the SQL commands. So that is a mechanism to break the infinite loop of replication between the replication nodes. So this particular parameter have a two value. One is any, which is a default value, and another is the none. So if we create the subscription with the help of origin is equal any, which is so it will subscriber will inform, I would say, they request the publisher to send all the data changes irrespective of the origin of that particular data, whether it is created by the replication command or the SQL commands. But once we set the origin is equal none while creating the subscription, that in that case subscriber will request to send only those data changes which is created by the SQL commands. So that's the benefit. So we can achieve this some sort of bidirectional replication. Definitely there is no SQL, sorry, no DDL and sequences are there. There is no logic of the resolving the conflict as well, but still we can able to achieve some sort of basic bidirectional replication. Next one is the large transaction handling mechanism. So till the PostgreSQL 15, all the large transactions are going to be applied at subscriber side. So the logic behind that, it will goes, publisher will send all the data changes into the multiple stream by dividing the large transaction inside the multiple chunks. And at the subscriber side, apply worker will read all the small data changes and write it inside the temporary files. Once the subscriber is going to receive the commit, then it apply worker will read all the temporary files and apply the entire transactions to the subscriber side. So now to handle this, it is a time consuming and it also reduces some sort of performance overhead. Sorry, it will increase some performance overhead. So to handle the overall mechanism, community come up with the new subscription parameter called streaming. With the help of that, we will be able to apply the large transaction parallelly. So what happened when we create a subscription with streaming is equal parallel parameter, then large transaction is going to be assigned to that particular transaction until that worker is going to be assigned until the transaction is going to be finished successfully. And we can control the amount of worker by modifying the parameter called max parallel apply worker per subscription. And this parameter is introduced in PostgreSQL 16 and available inside the configuration file of the PostgreSQL. Overall, with this particular new enhancements, 25 to 40% performance benefit is observed. Next one is the use of the indexes. So if you remember during the introduction slide, I have mentioned that tables is going to be replicated based on the replica identity. It could be a primary key generally, but if it is not possible, then in that case it's going to be replica identity. We need to set a full. So now with this enhancement, we are able to use the indexes as well, but index must be a B-tree index, not the other indexes. The other indexes, if I say like the partial index or hash index or any other BRIN or GIST, GIN, any type of index is not supported at this moment. Only B-tree index is going to be supported at this moment. Next one is the logical decoding support from the standby. So when I say standby, it means the streaming replication, primary server and the standby server. So generally, I'm sure you all are aware about that. We cannot be able to perform any DDL and DML operation at the standby server. And when we try to perform, it will throw error. But from this particular PostgreSQL version onward, if we are going to create the primary server and standby server with the wall level is equal logical parameter, then in that case, standby will allow to create the logical replication. And with the help of these particular enhancements, when your server is fully loaded, primary server is loaded and you would like to perform the workload distribution, then in that case, this enhancement is going to be more beneficial. With this enhancement, we can instruct all the subscriber server to subscribe themselves with the standby server instead of primary server. So with the help of this, we can reduce the completely workload of the primary server. And next one is the allow the non-super user to create the subscription. So till the PostgreSQL 15, only super user is allowed to create the subscription, but now with this enhancement, non-super user is also able to create the subscription at the subscriber server. But we need to make sure that the non-super user who is going to create the subscription must have a PG create subscription privileges. Otherwise, it will not be allowed to create the subscription by the non-super user. So next two slides, I'm going to talk about the catalog tables and views, which are going to help you to monitor your logical replication. So let's start with the PG state replication. So I'm sure all of you are aware about that. The PG state replication is useful to provide the information about the replication status. And yes, it is common for logical replication as well as streaming replication. So there is no different view or table for this logical replication monitoring. PG publication, PG underscore publication and subscription. So these are the system catalog tables which are responsible to provide the information about the subscription and subscriptions and publications. PG publication rail and subscription underscore rail. So these catalog tables are useful to provide the information about the mapping between your tables and respective publications and subscription. Next one is the PG replication slot. So this particular view is going to provide the information about all the replication slots along with its status, which are available, or I would say which are exist inside your current database cluster. PG publication namespace. This particular catalog tables is introduced in PostgreSQL 15 and provide the information about the mapping between your schemas as well as between your schemas and publications. PG state subscription is a statistic view useful to provide the information for the logical subscription workers information. And last one is the PG state subscription state. It is also introduced in PostgreSQL 15 and provide the information about the logical replication subscription errors. This one, the PostgreSQL 17. So in this slide, I'm going to talk about the possible logical related enhancements which we are expecting to be part of the PostgreSQL 17. It is not confirmed yet because release note is still not available for the general use. So these are the expectation to be a part of PostgreSQL 17. So let's start with the first one, to allow the use of the hash indexes. So as you remember that in the PostgreSQL 16, I have covered that indexes, primary key, as well as we can set a replica identity full. Now with the 17 onwards, we can also able to use a hash indexes as well. This is the additional benefit for the users who would like to work with the logical replication and work with the tables which do not have the primary key. Next one is a new column worker type added in the PG state subscription. So as we've seen in the last slide, that PG state subscription is useful to provide the information about the subscription workers. So with this new column, we will be able to track what kind of operation is going to be performed by the particular subscription process. And the possible values would be apply, parallel apply, and the synchronization. These are the three possible values for this particular column. Next one is the allow upgrade of logical replication node. This is one of the most interesting, I would say, the enhancements which we are expecting in the PostgreSQL 17. So generally what happened when we are going to perform the PG, version upgrade, major version upgrade of PostgreSQL in your logical replication setup by using the PG upgrade utility, then in that case, you will not be able to migrate your replication slots from the older version to the new version at the publisher side. And at the subscriber side, you will also not able to maintain the full state of the subscription set at the subscriber side. And at the result, after the successfully upgradation of your major version, we need to create all the replication slots inside the publisher server, as well as also redefine the subscription set at the subscriber side, which leads to the initial table data synchronization as well. So this is a time consuming and it's a waste of effort as well. So community enhanced this particular functionality, and now with the help of this, all the replication slots also going to be migrate from older version to the newer version, and subscriber also able to maintain preserve the full state of subscription. So there is no requirement of recreation of the subscription, recreation of the replication slot, as well as there is no require to redefine your subscription set. But we need to make sure that to get the advantage of this benefit, our publisher and subscriber must be created PostgreSQL 17 version or later version as well. Next one is add the log messages about the replication slot. So till the PostgreSQL 16, all the replication slots details are going to be recorded inside the PG underscore REPL slot name directory, and all the informations are stored inside the binary format, so which cannot be visible by the human. But now, so in case due to some any reason our database server got crashed, then we will not be able to identify that how many number of replication slots were active or inactive at the time of crash, and there is no alternative way to identify the metadata of the metadata of the replication slots. So in that case, we will lose the completely information about the replication slots. So now new log message entry is going to be added inside the PostgreSQL.log, which is going to provide the statistics information about the replication slot as well. And the last two, which is the very self-explanatory, and I must say that it is a long, most awaited feature, which we are expecting to be a part of 17, but still the code is under review by the community members, so we're not sure whether we'll be the part of that or not. Yeah, so that's it from mine. If you have any question, please feel free to.